Hi. Well, today I am going to tell you a story. So are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. It's the story of 2020. And it begins with just one man who wakes up in a far corner of the world. He gets himself dressed and he heads down to the local market. When he gets there, he looks at the different products that are available to him, and something catches his eye. We don't know what tempts him to go towards this thing. We don't know whether it's the price is a real bargain on the day. We don't know whether it is a persuasive salesman. We don't know if it's a bold claim, like the fact that this thing might help him with some illness or ailment that he has. But whatever it is, he heads over and decides to buy this food. He puts it in his bag, heads home, and makes himself a soup out of the bat that he has just bought. And in doing so, he contracts a disease that no human being has had before. This disease then rapidly spreads across the globe, and finally, a short while later, it reaches a small, damp island and a little peninsula that sticks off the side of it called the Wirral. And because of this chain of events, because of this story, our freedom is removed. People find they are trapped in their own homes, cut off from the ones that we love, separated from our wider families. It's a story that none of us would have chosen. Don't you long for the day when we can be free again? Don't you long for the day when a vaccine is found? No, better than that, when a cure is found. On that day, there are going to be parties, aren't there? There are going to be street parties happening across our countries. There are going to be hugs with friends we haven't seen in such a long time. There is going to be tears and there is going to be joy. That day is coming, and I can't wait for it. But of course, we have to wait for it. That is the story of 2020 so far. But it's also the story of the Bible. You see, the story of the Bible is the story of one man who wakes up one day and heads out into the garden in which he lives. And on that day, he is tempted to eat something that he knows he shouldn't eat. And yet he does. And because of that sin of that one man, Adam, the effects of it spread across the whole of the world. In fact, they spread across the whole of history. They even reach a small damp island and a small peninsula that sits off the side of it that we call the Wirral. And because of this sin, because of this rejection of God, we find that freedom has been removed from our life. We are cut off from the God that we are made to be with. We are separated from the one who is the source of our lives. We are trapped in many ways. Don't you long for the day when we can be free again? Don't you long for the day when a vaccine, no, even better, when a cure is found, the sort of cure that forgives sin, the sort of cure that brings us into a new creation, where all the effects of that sin, that deadly disease, are removed, where we can live in total freedom, in permanent paradise. Oh, on that day, the parties will be amazing. The hugs and the tears of joy will come and they will flow. That day is coming. And you know what? I can't wait for it. But we have to wait for it. If you're a Christian, your experience of the last few months can remind you of what life is truly about. You are waiting for your freedom. The day is coming, but now we wait. but we wait with a sure and certain hope. Jesus died, Jesus rose, Jesus dealt with our sin, Jesus has prepared a place for us in paradise, and we must wait a short while now. But true freedom is coming. Christ will get us there.
Just as the result of one trespass was condemnation for all men, so also the result of one act of righteousness was justification that brings life for all men. For just as through the disobedience of the one man, the many were made sinners, so also through the obedience of the one man, the many will be made righteous. I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. The creation waits in eager expectation for the sons of God to be revealed. For the creation was subjected to frustration, not by its own choice, but by the will of the one who subjected it, in hope that the creation itself will be liberated from its bondage to decay and brought into the glorious freedom of the children of God. We know that the whole creation has been groaning as in the pains of childbirth right up to the present time. Not only so, but we ourselves groan inwardly as we wait eagerly for our adoption as sons, the redemption of our bodies. For in this hope we were saved. But hope that is seen is no hope at all. Who hopes for what he already has? But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait patiently for it.